filing your tax return means you're dealing with a government, and that probably brings in some anxiety. But for the most part, they're happy to hear it's money coming back.
Welcome to another SOS We Are Community podcast, sharing current SOS news and valuable information with the community we serve from the Patio Studio in downtown Parksville. I'm Lissa Alexander, SOS Communications Manager. And today we're talking about everyone's favorite subject, income taxes. So our guest today is a retired accountant and SOS income tax volunteer, John O'Brien. Welcome, John.
Well, good morning, Lisa. It's nice to be here.
Thanks for coming. So tell me, besides the obvious reason for filing income taxes, why is it important and what are some of the benefits of filing income taxes?
Yeah, it's a legal obligation. Some people don't realize that, but it is part of the law. So you want to do your taxes. And then the advantage is there's a bunch of benefits you can get. I think the most important one is continuation of your GST rebate, which puts dollars in your pocket to offset the cost that you have. The tax return is the basis of determining quite a few of your benefits. If you happen to be claiming old age security or the government or the guaranteed income supplement, they both are based on the amount of money you earn. So you want to have those documents turned in to meet not only the legal obligation, but want to continue to get your benefits coming your way. For a lot of our people, it's common if they're working in a job that they will overpay a little bit and have a refund. So again, you want to see that refund in your pocket so you can go forward and enjoy some of the things that you saved that money for.
Excellent. And so what are some tips that you can give us on filing income taxes?
Well, probably the most important is stay organized. Get yourself a big envelope and stuff those darn receipts in so they're all in one place. Nothing's worse than going in and trying to get your taxes done and you haven't got all your documents. Even things like a donation where you maybe support SOS or someone else with a donation. Well, those all count as can be deducted from your tax. It's not a lot, but it all helps because we want to pay the least amount of tax as we can.
And when you're filing taxes for people at SOS, how do you know how to get the best deductions or benefits, or how do you?
Well, it's interesting that a lot of people know more about taxes. They have this inspiration in April, we call it, and become tax experts. So when they come in and sit down, they know they've got a Canada pension document, perhaps a OAS contribution slips, and maybe some donations and a little bit of medical. So they have been tuned in since 1950 when the Income Tax Act came in temporarily. And dang, that thing is still there. So I think the main questions, we have a really good questionnaire that asks about their rent, which is something that's new last year, that you now can get a $400 refund on your tax return simply if you're a renter. And just a receipt from your landlord seems to be all that's required. So that's something that wasn't there a few years ago. So we look for that, and that's part of the questionnaire.
So once they fill out the questionnaire, you have a better idea of what you can get back for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we enter all the information into U-File. We can actually access a taxpayer's records with their permission and download it into the software so we're not missing a document, which can happen when you get busy and you think you've got everything and you've forgotten some important slips. Oh, don't worry. The government has all that information as well, and they can send a notice of reassessment out happily, and you get to make up the difference, damn it.
Nice. How long have you been volunteering with the SOS Income Tax Program?
Well, this is my first year. I've only done a few. I was inspired by Don Luke, who has worked here tirelessly for many years and recently passed. And I thought, darn it all, if Don can do it and donate some of his time, well, Why can't I?
That's great. And what do you like about volunteering in the program so far?
Well, my tax background is for all the tax that I pay. So in my situation, I don't see old age security or a supplement or a rent rebate or any of those things. So it really refreshes my knowledge of the income tax as it applies to lower and middle income levels. So it's kind of my anti-Alzheimer's practice training, what have you.
Yeah. And how do you find helping people? Are they quite grateful for your help? Do
Oh,
you notice?
absolutely. I see great big smiles. Now, it's anxious times. I'm not sure why, because filing your tax return means you're dealing with a government, and that probably brings in some anxiety. But for the most part, they're happy to hear it's money coming back.
Yeah.
And they zip out the door with a big smile. And yeah, that's what we like to see.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I know I've spoken to a lot of our income tax clients, and I know that they do find it very helpful just getting their taxes done. It can be, like you say, it can just be a very nerve-wracking time of year for people. So appreciate your help and your support of the income tax program.
Okay, let's see that go another 100 years.
Yeah, that's right. So the SOS Income Tax Program helps low-income residents file basic tax returns at no cost. So the income threshold to qualify is $45,000 a year, and then that increases by $2,500 for each dependent. So SOS volunteers like John help people file their taxes at our tax clinics at our Parksville Community Services Center. And then if you can't make it in, there are other ways that you can do them over the phone or drop them off, that kind of thing. So to access the SOS Income Tax Program, just call SOS at the number on your screen now. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.